All right, let's explore Generative Canvas from Salesforce. So I've already installed Generative Canvas, and the way I navigated to it was just going to the app launcher, viewing all, and sure enough, Generative Canvas is right here. So clicking Generative Canvas brings you to this sort of landing screen. It's quite plain and basic, which I like. I've always thought that when ChatGPT rolled out their chat user interface, and then the iterations that they've made along the way, that is the new user interface for most applications. So what I really like so far off the bat is seeing that Salesforce also has gone that route with Generative Canvas. I think when Salesforce was rolling out Einstein Copilot and looking at Agentforce agents, what they've also come to realize is sort of boiling all of that user functionality down to a space, sort of a blank canvas space that can then be altered and sort of adjusted to whatever the current user's needs are at the time. That's what Generative Canvas, that's the direction it's heading. And so while right now I believe it's just simply limited to pulling in the data that it believes that you need at the moment for this display, I think ultimately it goes beyond this, and the future user interface will feel and look more like this. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got a couple of buttons in here to poke around. Toggle left panel. So sort of a blank space here. It looks like this is more going to be the history, maybe some chat history or canvas or space history. And then the new canvas button. Again, modeled just like ChatGPT. Great user interface. New canvas button to toggle a new canvas. We've got the settings on the right hand side, so it looks like we have an option to select an LLM. Interesting, a gateway for GPT-4 Omni. So it looks like they're currently defaulting to GPT-4 Omni. It will be interesting to see how that changes over time. The two front runners in the LLM competition are the two selected options here. So Claude 3.5 Sonnet and GPT-4 Omni. So we'll leave it on Omni for now and save that. Successfully updated. That's great. Ask Canvas for anything. Anything? Okay, let's see what the disclaimer is. Canvas uses generative AI, which can produce inaccurate or harmful responses. Review for accuracy and safety before using. All LLMs seem to have a precautionary statement at the bottom. I wonder what this is here. A little magic send icon. So that's cool. That seems to be Salesforce's new AI icon for everything AI. We have a grayed out option to attach things. So really intriguing to see how what's their future vision is for this and why that's here. And I assume it's going to be a lot like ChatGPT. Ask Canvas for anything. So let's just throw at it something super basic. Show me all my upcoming opportunities. So that's super simple. Like I could just click on my opportunities object and start looking at information, gathering info. So the value here isn't navigating to all of my current opportunities, right? That's not the value. But we're just taking a look to see how it performs. The value is really going to be complex requests, things that would take you, a user, a lot of time to dive into. Upcoming opportunities displayed. Kind of see how these look like your typical Salesforce sort of lightning layout. Oh, this is draggable. Okay, cool. So I assume can sort of relocate these things as needed. Maybe a filter at some point to filter these down. Regenerate. Interesting. What am I regenerating? Move to top, move to bottom. Enlarge. Shrink it. Cool. Like, dislike. Interesting. Feedback. Okay, I wonder how they're taking and utilizing that. Remove. Oh, it removed everything. Okay, so it looks like whatever data. Okay, interesting. All right, so I wonder, is this in history? Can I go back and get that? Yeah. Can I? So I'm clicking it. It's not reloading. I would kind of expect that to reload so I can see what I've deleted. Well, now we have a share button. So I saw this in the video for share features. You can share with other users, delete the canvas. Some more options there. Now let's delete. Are you sure you want to delete canvas? Sure. So what just happened there? Okay, we deleted that particular canvas out of history. Interesting. We have some more options here now. Select LLM, select input settings. This is different. So those weren't there when we first started. When free form text is disabled, users can't input their own questions to generate canvas. Instead, you select which prompts. Interesting. So this is more for like making sure that users can only do what you intend them to do. Select grounding objects. So much like prompt builder, it looks like you can start limiting or selecting specific objects. Let's get opportunities. Do we have opportunities in here? Can't sort them quickly. Okay, let's see what happens with that. So I assume now that this is limited to these particular objects. Also did notice that we have some prompts to start. Show me all opportunities closing this month, list of top 5. So this is a really nice feature. So it already knows, has some sort of idea that I'm interested in opportunities based on my last request. And now it's providing some sample prompts that I might be interested to help me within my flow of work. Let's just select one of these for fun. List my top 5 opportunities by value. I don't even know if I have opportunity records in this org. I don't think I do. No, this is my Playground Dev Hub org. Okay. So again, oh, interesting. We have the query. You can edit the query, select name. So generative AI is producing a query to query your particular object. A generic query. And then what? I can edit this, of course. Save it. Interesting. And if there were records, I assume it would populate those now. Yeah, maybe in the next video I can get some records in here and we could actually see what the results are. But you can clearly see what it's going to do is pull out some summary data metrics based on the records that get displayed. Okay, so that's really nice. Okay, well, what if I list all open opportunities in the pipeline? So they're showing up as sort of different cards on the canvas. Gathering info, assuming another query, open opportunities in the pipeline. So did I lose my other card? I did. The metrics look the same. Interesting. So does this mean every time I select a card, I would have assumed that it would open up a second card here. They really are early on in the demo of this particular feature. So this one's stuck. Interesting. So now we have, can I move these? No. I really do wish I had some demo data in here. Show me 3 contacts. What's it gonna do? I have no idea. Gathering info. Of course, there are no contacts. I keep thinking I'm in an actual org, but I'm not in. Yeah, there we go. John Doe, Jane Smith, Michael Johnson. And we have the query. So again, AI is creating a query. So code, sort of like SQL query code that it's something that's really good at based on your request. Pulls up the, I'm thinking this is just top 3 contacts. And we can regenerate. So if we don't like the response, to regenerate the component instructions, give me 4 instead. And let's see what happens here. So that will be taken into account. The SOC will be changed and we'll get 4 instead of 3. Interesting. Move top and bottom. So it looks like top is left, bottom is right. And maybe we get some stacking going on here. Ooh, it's quite strange to see that move around. Enlarge gives you some stacking. Shrink back down. If we enlarge this one, what happens? Whew, this is kind of wild. like, dislike, remove. Oh, we have our attach button. Seems to be working now. Interesting. What can I attach? What can be attached? These files, folders. I don't want to go too far. I'm on my personal computer here. But it looks like we can attach something. I wonder what would be really great is if I could attach, say, an Excel spreadsheet. No, you can't. Okay, forget it. I wonder what we can attach. I'm not entirely sure, but we will figure that out and add some attachments soon and see how that plays out. So now we have, oh, that's right, we selected our objects. So it's not clear what objects you have selected for your canvas. So you would have to come in here and sort of be aware of what you're looking for. I assume now if I asked for a case information, it wouldn't be able to pull it. Pull 4 cases for me. Based on that filter in the settings, I should expect an error of sorts. And no, interesting. So grounding objects. So why do we call these grounding objects? I wonder if they're not grounding our canvas prompts. Interesting. We'll have to see what comes out of that. But all right. So as an overview for Canvas, this is a really interesting turn of events from Salesforce. Having this lightning interface that just pulls up what you're looking for. It reminds me a lot of, as an admin, putting together your dashboards for reports, populating that. Of course, those are static, but the data is dynamic. This reminds me a lot of that. It also makes me think a lot of using the global search bar. So if you're looking for something specific, you don't have to navigate into your object to find that record. You can just do a global search and start looking for that item. This reminds me a lot of a global search where you have a little bit more of, I guess we'll just say, a generative AI assisted search capability. But also with SOQL pulls up report information. I'm sure there's a lot more we could digest with this. So if I click a record, yeah, it just takes you to the record itself. But I wonder if I asked for John Doe, let's see, show me more info about John Doe. I wonder if it will pull in just record details for John Doe. That's what I would expect it to do. But this way you're sort of like global search, you're sort of navigating Salesforce. So that didn't help. That's more just like the actual record. But what if we regenerate this and pull in all the details, record details? What's going to happen here? Interesting. Whoa. Cases for Mark Good. All right. Okay. John Doe's cases. Okay, so did we go to related records for John Doe? Is that what happened? Maybe because we're already working with cases on our canvas, AI assumed that we were looking for more case information. Really hard to tell here what exactly is going on behind the scenes besides looking at the queries. But this is just a result of what the generative AI thought that you were looking for from a data perspective. It would be really interesting if we could see the back-end processing of how AI came up with this result here. That would help me as a user currently understand how I should prompt it better to get the results I'm looking for. Although maybe this is sort of a peek into the logic behind the scenes. Display upcoming meetings with John Doe, which I don't believe there are any. Sample records. But if it didn't display meetings, okay, upcoming meetings with John Doe, no results. But is that a hallucination, or are there actually meetings scheduled and the query was incorrect? So It's going to be touchy. It's going to be really interesting as a user to start using this. They're going to be a long way away from rolling this out to be generally available on the platform, but really solid first steps here. This is going to be really cool, I think. Manager specifically, director level, gathering of information and synthesizing information via a report style / dashboard style / global search lookup style execution. This makes a lot of sense, and we'll see where it goes.